Hi everyone, it is me, Sailor Moon, Serena here, and it's me, Sailor Earth, Ernest here, and today we're going to talk about, you know, does the Sailor Moon followership, have Onlook for Sailor Earth or not? Now, at first thing you might think, Sailor Earth? There is no Sailor Earth. You might, first, and you would be right, because a lot of folks would say that Darien or, you know, Tuxedo Mask or Evening Wear Hide takes the stead of the elderling of the earth. Now, that is true if you're going by the drawing shows and the drawing films and the film games, and the song plays and the live show, then yeah, you would be telling the truth. Now, that doesn't mean there was not a Sailor Earth. And when Ernest P. Worrell over here, you can see he says Ernest on his shirt like he didn't know it was him, became Sailor Earth, there was a lot of folks in the Sailor Moon followership were open-minded, you know. And keep in mind, this when going back to as early as 2008 YL, when we didn't even have a web shooter yet to even make films on our first fairway. Now, back then, the only thing we really had to work with were these likenesses. Now, once he did show, now keep in mind, when he did show up, it was likenesses that we had, because we didn't have a Ernest P. Worrell doll. He didn't come along until 2011 YL. And there were a lot of folks who were open-minded about it and backing of it, like Michael Loggy 86, which is no longer on UA anymore. Megan, I believe, known as Megan Chan, or her and her son Juris Fairways. She's sometimes on and off on the fairway. But that didn't mean to say there weren't folks out there who, and I guess Nick 20, 21, 25, 25, whatever, he was also very open-minded to being Sailor Earth too. Now, that didn't mean to say there weren't folks in the Sailor Moon followership who were against it, because there were folks. There were folks who were against it, and, saying that there is no Sailor Earth, are you sliding Naiko Takaguchi, which was not true at all. And, well, what you got to say about it, Sailor Earth? What's your take on this, Ernest? Alright, Sailor Moon, Serena. What my take on this whole thing is that, yes, it was a half bag here. Yes, there were folks who were welcoming me as a sailor fighter or sailor keeper or whatever you want to call it, and there were some who were against it. Now, after watching a whole film about Naoko Takaguchi and her whole life, about how she grew up, what learns she went to, how she gotten into drawing and writing, how she ended up becoming a healer and things, and a lot of and a lot of folks don't notice that she is very open-minded to Sailor Moon, follower tales, and and very open-minded to all takes on Sailor Moon. So even if she didn't understand English, she would at least be very open-minded to, me being Sailor Earth. Even if there was no Sailor Earth in the world that she wrote and drew, and the world that Toei drew, and on so. Now, why some folks liked me as Sailor Earth and why some folks didn't is beyond me. And yes, there were some drawings made of me as I looked like when I was a sailor fighter. And we did show those on Twitter, or Gale if you want to go way back and look at them. And yes, Robot Chicken or Toll Chicken did make fun of this once, where the sailor fighters are all at some kind of shop somewhere, and they're about to eat and then someone shifts into a fiend, and everyone shapeshifts, and then someone shapeshifts into Sailor Earth, and they go, oh, there's not a Sailor Mercury, a Sailor Quicksilver. He's like, there's not a Sailor Earth, and he said, watch and learn, and then he either starts doing weird, saying that, oh, he's fat, like he said a lot of Earthlings are overweight for sundriest grounds. And then he starts saying shit, and she said, you can't say that. He goes, yeah, why? Like, kind hating isn't a thing. Well, no, kind hating is a thing, but it should not be a thing. And then he goes on to say, unknown binds or something. And he just mostly wins out of luck by hitting his staff or stick, and it opens up this way, and all this, shit goes everywhere. Well, it kills the fiend, but it makes the food, makes the eating stead would have to be cleaned up. And then he goes, oh, well, isn't what that saying, you live where you shit? And they go, and Sailor Mercury or Sailor Clue says it's not the saying. And he goes, yeah, well, I own it now. And that is what I call Earth lawmaking. And he goes, well, then Sailor Mars said, I don't think that's how it goes, Sailor Red World's like. And he goes, yeah, tell that to the sea again when another spill happens. And then he goes, Sailor Earth makes me feel guilty for being a living being, Sailor Moon said, but then later on said, can I get in on some of that work? Now, at the end of the day, a lot of folks out there would say, oh, well, it was a spoof, it was a stunt, it was a lark, nothing to be taken to earnest. Well, I, as Sailor Earth, have all Onlook for Sailor Moon, all right? And at the end of the day, being Sailor Earth kind of gives me an upper hand. Now, there are many Sailor Earths out there. Yes, it's true. But the unlikeness between all of them and me is that I am Ernest P. Worrell as Sailor Earth. So it makes a big unlikeness. All right, back to you. You're right, Sailor Earth. You're right, Ernest. At the end of the day, you being Sailor Earth, makes a big unlikeness between all the other Sailor Earths out there. And I know for some folks, you might not be shit. Ah, fuck. And I know at the end of the day, being Sailor Earth you might not have been the Sailor Earth that everyone was hoping for, like a letdown. Like some folks thought that he's not going to be the Sailor Earth that we're looking for, or like it was a letdown or something. But at the end of the day, you have shown to be a trusted friend, a bold sailor fighter or sailor keeper, and you in your past life was the Grand Overseer, which was a rank up from the team leader. But the Elderling was higher than that. So, I like you being Sailor Earth, and I think you are a great Sailor Earth. And for those in the Sailor Moon followership who were open-minded to ERNEST being Sailor Earth back in the day, and still open-minded to him being Sailor Earth now, thank you. And to all those who were not open-minded to him being Sailor Earth, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry? No, not sorry. If that's your belief, great for you. If you like this film, then follow me over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Don't forget to share, thumb up, and playlist this film. Don't forget to, watch the other film we made earlier this morning when me and Sailor Mini Moon, Small Moon and Little Moon had their film. And don't forget to hit that button and ringer to know when the next upload, live stream, or short's been done. I, Sailor Moon Serena, and I, Sailor Earth Ernest, and we'll see you later.